And so it's my pleasure to share with you tonight, to introduce to you a friend who's a pastor, who's developed a ministry as part of a ministry. Tom Ribar comes to us. He's a former chaplain at Waynesburg College. He was a classmate of mine, we discovered, at Muskingum College. I was a senior and he was a lowly freshman who arrived on campus. He was in my fraternity, so if you can imagine being a senior and a freshman, I don't remember Tom at all. And so, but I want to welcome Tom Ribar to Westminster College tonight. He's the director of the World Christian Discipleship Program, and he's going to take a couple moments and share with you. He's going to leave some things in the back for you later on. And if you're interested in perhaps participating in a year of discernment, Tom is the guy you want to talk to. So Tom, welcome to Westminster.
Thanks. Appreciate you. Thanks. It's a real delight to be with you tonight, and especially tonight as we get to hear testimony about this great trip that students did over spring break. Thanks for your testimony. We started worship with singing two questions. Right? These two questions: can I really find my way? I wonder if I can really find my way. I wonder if my life can really change at all. And you know what we heard tonight was testimony. Yes. Because the power of joining together in community in a time of intensified study, reflection, prayer, and service is how God works. It's how God finds us and how we find God, and it's how our lives change. Okay, it's how we change. God changes us in those experiences. And you know, I couldn't be here on a better night to talk about World Christian Discipleship because, in a nutshell, World Christian Discipleship is a 9-month experience that is like a week-long service trip. So it's a program, a 9-month experience in missional formation. That's how we describe it. But it's an opportunity for recent college grads to be part of a 9-month experience that includes 3 components. It includes a component of kind of intensive work on spiritual formation. Spiritual formation just means making space and doing the kinds of things that allow the Spirit of God to shape us, to help make us into the kind of people who God wants us to be. So we do some reading and reflection. We have a weekly community meal together. There is regular one-on-one mentoring and discipleship with me or with another leader in the program. And that space is created for the purpose of establishing the kind of rhythms that you heard folks referring to when they talked about their mission trip. Those times of evening reflection, of prayer, of community together, eating together, singing in the van together, etc. Those are the ways that God shapes us. And so that first part of World Christian Discipleship is this time of intentional reflection and engaging in spiritual formation. The second piece of it is simply getting involved in a local church, and specifically being involved in the mission of a local church. So participants in World Christian Discipleship, we help, if they're coming from outside the city of Pittsburgh, we help them connect with a church in the city of Pittsburgh and help them connect specifically in working with some aspect of that church's mission to the community, because we want participants to learn the importance and the value, the ways that God can use that church community, that worshiping community, as a place to shape us and to form us, to help us find out who God wants us to be. And then the third component is really very simple. It's working in the community. Participants work at least part-time in the community. That's kind of the lab. That's where participants simply work out what does it mean to be a member of this community at large. One other piece of the program is participation in a week-long or 10-day mission trip. It's an international trip, and those are done through World Mission Initiative. So World Christian Discipleship, the program I work with, is a program that falls under the auspice of World Mission Initiative at Pittsburgh Theological Seminary. And WMI, World Mission Initiative, puts together some beautiful mission trips, much like what we heard of from the folks who did the Habitat trip over spring break. Places like Vietnam, Guatemala, Haiti, Mexico. They went to Cuba this past year. So WCD participants have an opportunity to participate in one of those trips as a piece of this 9-month experience in missional formation. If you are a senior particularly, I want to encourage you to think about this as a possibility. We're based in the east end of Pittsburgh, which is kind of a central part of the city of Pittsburgh, easy transportation around. It is something that we help provide. Again, if you're coming to Pittsburgh from outside of the city, we help to locate housing for the year so that you have a church family to live with. But I encourage you to think about this possibility. If you're wondering, what is next for me? What does God have in store for me? If you're not quite sure, this is a 9-month opportunity to really get a handle on who God is calling you to be and how is He calling you to be part of His mission. I hope that you'll think about that. If you are a junior, sophomore, freshman, tuck it away. Still love to talk to you about it. If it's something that comes up in the years to come, love to have you part of the program. So I'll be in the back following worship tonight, and we'll be glad to answer any more specific questions that you might have, and love to talk to you more about it. And again, thank you for the opportunity.